It's one of the most anticipated movies of the year, and it debuts today. Clint Eastwood's new movie, Richard Jewell, is based on the real-life story of a security guard who was once wrongly investigated by the FBI as a suspect in the bombing at the 1996 Summer Olympics in Atlanta. And Jewell was never charged with a crime, and the investigation was dropped. And afterwards, many Americans agreed Jewell was treated unfairly by the media. Here's one of the film's stars, John Hamm, on the media circus at the time.
And what we see in the film is in 1996, this was kind of the beginning of that 24-hour news cycle and how fast things move and how the desire to get something out first tends to usurp the idea of getting out something truthful or correct.
The movie's tagline says it's about the truth, but some people are saying the film treats two of its most important characters, Jewell himself and a reporter that covered him, by very different standards. That reporter was Kathy Scruggs. She broke the story that the FBI was investigating Jewell in the first place, and now the paper she wrote for, along with many others, believe the film defames her. So what's fact and what's fiction in Richard Jewell? And why was Scruggs portrayed this way in the movie? Joining me now to break it all down is Chris Roush. He's the Dean of Quinnipiac University School of Communication and is a former colleague of Scruggs. Thank you for coming on, Chris. Really appreciate it. Let's start very, very quickly. Just kind of tell us who Kathy was as a person.
Kathy was a very hardworking reporter. She was energetic. She was gregarious. She was somebody that a lot of other reporters in the newsroom looked up to just because she was so good at covering her beat.
Now, to be clear, you have not seen the film, and I believe you said you will not see the film, correct?
I have not seen the film. I've read stories about the film, and I've read stories about how Kathy is depicted in the film.
Why do you think Hollywood continues to do this, especially in a day and age, of course, where we have Time's Up, we have Me Too, where women have become more empowered? Why do you think Hollywood continues to have these scenes and roles and characters where a female reporter is doing things for information, as they've allegedly portrayed Kathy Scruggs?
You know, it's really flabbergasting. I'm flabbergasted about the whole situation. I don't understand why Kathy is being portrayed this way. I don't understand why female journalists are being portrayed this way. You know, I worked in newsrooms for 15 years and know thousands of female journalists and have never heard of or knew of a female journalist who ever acted the way that Kathy is being portrayed in this movie.
Do you find it ironic that you have this movie that's about the media getting it wrong and rushing to a judgment on a particular, in this case, Richard Jewell, but now they're kind of not being accurate in this film portraying her?
It's not only ironic, it's upsetting, it's offensive. You know, everybody that knew Kathy would say that this is just totally opposite of who she was as a person. So, I mean, it goes against everything that this movie is trying to get across in terms of its message. So it just seems very hypocritical.
Chris, I appreciate you taking time with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.